Lauren Steiner is an activist and organizer in LA, and she's fighting for single-payer healthcare. So she's working with many activists in California to get this done. So one of them asked Representative Linda Sanchez from California if she supports John Conyers' Medicare for All bill, and she's asking this question here on Lauren Steiner's behalf. So let's see how she reacted.
Okay, I think we have another question right over here.
Hi, I'm Helen Gaskins. I'm a respiratory practitioner, and I want to ask you what you are going to do for the people of the United States to get a single-payer health care. Every night when I would work the ER, people die every day from lack of health care, or if they have health care, they can't afford the copay to see their doctors. So the ER becomes their only line to health care. Also, they can't afford their medications. We get a lot of emergencies and deaths from we've had children die from not having inhalers at their schools. We've had children die in our ER because the parents couldn't afford the copay to take them to the doctor. What are you going to do to get us Medicare for all?
Did you come in late by any chance?
No.
I think the first question on the sheet was about single payer. So I tried to explain that that was something I advocated for when we passed the Affordable Care Act, and we weren't successful in getting the single payer into ACA, but we continue to advocate for that, and right now we don't have a majority in the Congress that is going to allow us to get to single payer, because right now we've been focused on just trying to defend the ACA as it exists right now.
Right.
The ACA was intended to actually try to lower costs, because the problem was
it doesn't help.
Please don't interrupt me.
Okay.
I'll allow you to speak after I finish speaking. The reason we passed the ACA in the first place was because costs kept climbing double-digit year over year. And people were accessing health care at the most expensive point of entry, which was the emergency room. Because they didn't have coverage, they were waiting until their problem became so critical that they had to access the emergency room for care. ACA has been a great step towards helping improve that. It hasn't exactly eliminated all folks that are not covered, and some people choose not to be covered. We are moving in that direction, but we are not in a Congress right now where we can pass single payer. I share your beliefs that by cutting out the middle people, you bring down costs, and that putting insurance companies and CEOs in between a patient and their health care just increases costs. So I'm in agreement with you, but unfortunately we're not in a place right now where we can get that done in this Congress.
Okay. Well, the people I'm talking to on Facebook right now, they want to know if you will be a co-sponsor for Kanye's bill, HR 676, with all the other liberal Congress people.
I will look at the bill, but again, it's not a bill that's going to move in this Congress. We are working our hardest to try to defend what exists with the ACA right now.
Okay, well, according to Laura Steiner,
I think we got to get to
okay.
more questions.
Well, the majority of the California congressional people are co-sponsoring it. We'd like you to come on board. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We have a question.
I'm glad that you're supporting Social Security, the cap on Social Security. That's awesome. Good to hear that. I also want to thank you for standing firm with the Affordable Care Act. Okay. However, I'm a little disappointed that you're not coming out and just supporting that 675 for single payer. Just to follow up on that, that's part of the question.
Yay!
I don't want you to get the misimpression that I don't support single payer. I am merely saying that it's impossible to get it done in this Congress.
I realize that, but we got to stand strong. Even
Yay! Yay! Healthcare for all! Healthcare for all!
I would just say that you have to pick and choose your battles.
Oh, no.
And right now, defending the Affordable Care Act and making sure that they don't repeal that, that's my priority. I'm sorry, but
No.
This is the exact kind of mindset that Justice Democrats is fighting against. So what you have here is a Democrat saying, well, I mean, look, the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, I mean, it is better than what we had before, right? I mean, we got to defend it against these Republicans, right? That's easy. That's easy. So they come out with goofy Trump care. And what did we learn about that? Oh, I don't know. It got $880 billion from Medicaid. And it's a $600 billion tax cut to the very rich. And it leaves 52 million people uninsured. So it is a sledgehammer to our already disastrous healthcare system in the U.S. Defending against that is a no-brainer. And guess what? Mission accomplished. Done. Over. It's dead. It's not coming back. It ain't going to be revived. But the hallmark of a corporate Democrat is say, take your incremental change and www.zipit.com. But hold on now, Representative Sanchez. Well, do you not understand that 45,000 people still die every year because they don't have access to basic care? Do you not understand that millions of people are still uninsured? Do you not understand that even though the cost of your premiums, the increase in your premiums, even though it's slowed down, people still have premiums that they can't afford? Do you not understand this? Do you not understand that medical bills is still one of the top causes of bankruptcy in the country? Canada doesn't have... Medical bankruptcies are not a thing in Canada. They're not a thing in France or Germany or Norway or Denmark or Iceland or Sweden or Australia. So your argument is, it gets you hard. Look, my arm is twisted. Look, see? Oh, the Republicans, they've twisted my arm. What am I going to do? Well, it's impossible. We're not going to get it through this Congress. You silly, far-left, dreamer, purist. We're not going to get single payer through this Congress, so why even try? Because it's your job. That's why. Why are you not fighting? Why don't you go out there? Did you know Donald Trump, the president, has on at least 5 different occasions, we've given you the quotes before. He said, yeah, I support single payer. I want to do a system just like Canada. He said, yeah, Scotland has a tremendous healthcare system. My buddy went in there, got it fixed, and it didn't cost him a penny. We could have that here. We could have that here. He's countless times he's came out in favor of single payer. Why are you not taking his quotes, going to Congress, giving a speech where you say what he said and you say, I call on President Donald Trump to support a Medicare for all bill. We've proposed it. You want to do healthcare reform? You want to make America great again and have us catch up to the rest of the modern world? Sign on to our bill. Why are you and all the Democrats not getting on that page, just like Representative Ro Khanna did? Hey, here's a quote from Trump. He supports single payer. I call on Trump to work with Bernie Sanders to get single payer. Guess what? She would say, we're not going to win that fight. But if you have the fight, maybe you don't win in terms of policy right now. But you can win policy later on, and you will win on politics right now. Because then people go, well, look at that. You got Democrats who are actually fighting for the people. Maybe we should actually go out to the polls and vote for them. Like, what do you think? It's hard. We can't have another. I'm sick of hearing this garbage. This is what we heard after Sandy Hook, where children were slaughtered. 93% of the American people said, this is crazy. We need universal background checks. A majority of Republicans even, and a majority of NRA members. What did the Democrats do? They proposed a bill, watered it down more, and then said to the Republicans, could we have like 2% change? Here's the Manchin-Toomey background check bill. It's riddled with loopholes. It's not even a universal background check bill. Mitch McConnell blocked it, laughed about it on Twitter, and then what did the Democrats do? They went home with their tail between their legs. We can never fight on anything. They won't let us win. Why are you not using that as an opportunity? Go on all the Sunday shows. Go give speeches. Scream through a megaphone at the top of a mountain. Look at these fascist, authoritarian Republicans who don't agree with 93% of the American people. How do you not know how to fight and win on an issue when 93% of people are with you? I would hammer that fact home so much that we would get a supermajority in the next election and we would get whatever we want. But what do? Just single payer. It's so hard to make the U.S. catch up to every other modern nation. We're just going to have to accept that 45,000 people die every year because they don't have access to basic care. What are we going to do? Obamacare is as good as we can do. Obamacare is Romney care. Obamacare was originally a similar plan was proposed by Richard Nixon. Congratulations, Representative Sanchez. You're as progressive as Richard Nixon. He came up with an individual mandate system. Bob Dole supported one. Mitt Romney in Massachusetts. Newt Gingrich and Chuck Grassley supported it in the 90s. The Heritage Foundation wrote policy papers about it, saying that this is our answer to the Democrats' idea, which is single payer. You're gonna be in favor of a bill that Newt Gingrich supports, and you want Democrats to get up off their ass to go vote for you? Shame on you! Shame on you! Support this bill! It's not even like we're asking you to write the bill and propose the legislation. John Conyers already proposed Medicare for all. You know what you have to do? Here, see this? Sign your fucking name in favor of it. Co-sponsor the bill. That's it. That's all we're asking. Hey, the Democrats, you can't agree on a policy of Medicare for all, single payer, when every other modern nation has it. Guys, when we started, so we're doing justicedemocrats.com/single payer. We're doing a petition to make the Democrats support this. When we started this, 72 Democrats were in favor of this bill. Over 100 weren't. Now we have, over 80 Democrats supporting this. And it's chipping away. They fall on a daily basis. We've had representatives call Justice Democrats and go, you got us. Look, we got too many phone calls. What am I going to do? I got a phone call every 5 seconds into my office saying, you have to support the bill or we're going to vote you out. When they see the petition, when they see the grassroots pressure, they have to respond because guess what? When push comes to shove, she cares about her job. She likes her job. She wants to have her job again. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to call her. Be polite, be kind, but make crystal clear. Especially if you're in her district, okay? I think this is the 38th district in California. You say, Representative Sanchez, if you don't support John Conyers' bill, Medicare for All, HR 676, we're going to vote you out. We're going to vote you out. So I just want to let you know that. This is a layup issue. This is a duh issue. It's a duh. Every modern nation has single payer, one version or another. We have the supposedly liberal party going, yeah, it's too hard. Yeah, I support it, but I don't support it. So when it's a little bit hard, when it's impractical, then I'm not in favor of the right policy. What does that even mean? Because we're not going to get it, because it's impractical, I can't be in favor of the correct thing. Well, you know what else was impractical, Representative Sanchez? I don't know. Women's suffrage? The civil rights movement? You think in 1958 in Mississippi, if people took your approach, it was, come on, we're never going to desegregate. We're segregated now. It's impossible to desegregate. What are you talking about? Pie in the sky, purist? No. Lay down in a chalk outline of yourself. Don't fight. No, people got up and they fought for the right policy because they said what's right is right. Martin Luther King Jr., the time is always right to do what's right. That's what he said. What do you say? The time is not always right to do what's right. Even if I agree with single payer like you say you do, but reason stuff thing, I can't be in favor of it now because I don't know, Republicans exist. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? You're a joke, Representative Sanchez. You're a joke. You don't support single payer. You know how you could prove you support single payer? By supporting single payer. By saying, I agree with single payer, Medicare for all. John Conyers' bill. Of course I agree, but you're not. So we're going to make you. Guys, the number is 202-225-6676. Be polite. Be nice. But just make clear, especially if you're in her district. Hey, we're not going to support you if you don't support this bill. This bill is a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer.